I don't know, what is it about you? I mean, you talk about like ideas being the currency in this century, but like vulnerability seems to be this tool that resonates all these people with you. And when you started being honest and talking about your failures, it seemed like all these people just, you know, I don't know, attach themselves to you. You were doing an interview with Tim Ferriss where you said originally people were like, this seems like a train wreck on Twitter, and then they would write you emails and say, that's my life too.
Yeah, it's funny because I was in the Financial Times, I had a column, and I was going on CNBC a lot, and I would see CNBC is like the financial channel in the United States, and I would see all these, so-called pundits in their suits and ties, and they were saying, well, the euro's going to do this, Greece is going to do that, stocks are going to go like this. And I'm thinking to that, I know what you're like when you're not on the screen. Like, you don't know anything about the stock market. You've been wrong 100% of the time. But no, you're not allowed to say, I don't know, and you're not allowed to admit failure. And failure is almost a bad word. You're not allowed to admit that you've tried and lost many times in your life. And once someone gives permission for that, like once I said, really bad things have happened to me. I've lost a lot of money. I've made really bad decisions. I've made really bad mistakes. I've been really sad in my life or suicidal or whatever. Then I don't want to say it opens the door, because it's not like everybody can sort of choose to share what they want to share. But people would suddenly realize, oh, okay, here's someone who is not just telling me how Greece is going to affect the United States. Here's someone who's going to actually talk to how I'm really feeling and what I'm really going through right now, maybe. And so I was starting to get emails that, oh, I've been through this, and then what did you do? And so people wanted to know. So I didn't give advice. All these people were giving advice. I didn't want to give advice. I was just saying, this is what I did. It may or may not work for you, or here's some places where you can fill in the blanks, but you do what you want to do. And people then started kind of doing what I had done, and sometimes I would do things and then I would fail again, do things, fail again. It was sort of like I was failing enough that it was almost like one big statistically significant experiment, unfortunately. And in a sense, I was trying many different ways to kind of get out of this hole that I kept burying myself in. And I was good at kind of using, building a network, making some money, getting some things going like a business or writing or whatever. But then also I was really good at like totally bombing, totally just ending up in the hole and losing everything. And so finally I started to figure out, okay, here's how I'm going to climb out a little bit at a time. And I think people really related to that, or wanted to hear that, like wanted to know that this isn't the end for me. Which is a common feeling. Like if you're getting a divorce, you lost all your money, you're losing your house, and things look like they're going to get worse before they get better, you want to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I think people related to that. Not necessarily learned from that, because I think you kind of have to learn from your own experiences, but at the very least they said, okay, here's someone who's telling me the truth, and I'm going to listen to that. Now, that also created a lot of angry people, and I have no idea why. So it seemed, I would write these things that would seem to me common sense, and everybody would be angry. And so there was like half and half. Like some people angry because they didn't know what was happening. It was almost like I was hitting some button that they didn't want to recognize, or maybe that they didn't have. And then other people were really relating, and so that I really appreciated.
Is that a sign of great art, when half the people love it and half the people hate it?
I don't know. I hope so, because then I would be the greatest artist of all. So
and you had tremendous successes. Like in 2001, you were up $15 million, and you started losing like $1 million a month, and you've had some really big wins on companies you've created.
Yeah. No, I mean.
To watch the rest of this fascinating interview, click on the link below and go to londonrealacademy.com. There you can sign in with your social media, log in and watch the rest of the episode for free, along with all of our episodes on London Real, my webinars, and all of our premium content, all located over at londonrealacademy.com. So click on the link below, you'll be directed there, and you can watch the rest of this fascinating interview, and I'll see you there.